our fellow cleaning professionals. We know our industry does not get a lot of respect. We're so glad you're here. We make this free content for you. We understand the challenges of the industry. If you've gotten value out of this, please subscribe. And for those business owners you know, team members you know, share this podcast with them if you would. Let's get back to the doc. Joel, we're back, and I understand we're talking about skills versus technical skills. I am curious, what you got?
This is funny because when you hear people say tech skills, you're thinking...
I'm not thinking janitorial. I have to be honest with you.
I'm sure, and it's not even like computer related in this case. Skills versus tech skills. This is where people come in and they apply for a job, and you have an opening, say, in your projects division. And they tell you, oh, I've got all kinds of skills, and they check all the boxes. I strip floors, I shampoo carpets, and oh, wow, this person knows how to do all that. Great, because we don't have somebody that has a lot of that going on, so we'll just hire them. Well, they start the job, and you realize 2 minutes into the job that they have no skills or they were never trained properly. Mm-hmm. And that's where the tech skills come in. A good HR department is going to understand every position within a company, and they're going to understand the skills that are truly required. So if you are looking for a floor care technician and they're telling you that they strip and wax floors, so let's start right there, strip and wax. We don't strip and wax floors anymore. It's called strip and refinish, but clients call it wax, and that's another podcast.
Okay, but you're not interviewing clients, you're interviewing frontline employees.
But people call it strip and wax, and it's strip and refinish because we work with polymer finishes. We do not work with wax. Mm-hmm. So that's one of the first tests with somebody. Do they actually know what they're talking about? Mm-hmm. And then when you ask them to tell you how they go about stripping out a floor, and they say, well, you know, I use a black pad. Great. Well, what do you use the black pad on? Well, I use it on a machine that I kind of swing back and forth. Okay, I guess I can kind of see, yep, a black pad is a stripping pad. Yep, a machine that gets side to side is a conventional floor machine. This person doesn't have enough tech savvy already, in my mind, because they don't know the names of the materials and the equipment that they're
using. So they may have done the job, but someone actually kind of set them up. They were not self-guided. Am I following?
They could have watched something on YouTube.
Oh, YouTube. Okay.
But... you continue on. It says, okay, they kind of maybe know what they're doing. So what's next? Well, I just pour the stripping chemical down on the floor and I run the machine through it. That's not how it's done. You don't glug it. You measure it, because stripping has a way that has to be done. You put a stripping chemical into water that creates a stripping solution, and that solution then gets placed down on a floor. That solution has to set for a set amount of time. You don't start with the machine, because there are components that happen when you're going to strip that have to happen. And you can ask them, what are those? What are the 4 different things that you have to have happen in order to strip a floor? And the person's going to look at you with like you got 8 heads and not understand that they don't have the technical skills to do the job. And that's what I'm talking about, is people may have done it other places or seen it on YouTube and have tried to do it, but they don't have the real technical skills to do the job. So you hire a person without those technical skills, you send them out on a job. Some companies will say, oh, this person knows what they're doing, and just set them off on their own.
It sounds like disaster.
Disaster can strike.
Yeah.
That's where I'm coming from, is making sure that the people do really have the right technical skills. How do you know that they have that? Ask to see their certifications.
Ooh.
And the ISSA has a great training program that's on best practices. They have a great advanced floor care division, which is testing. All the testing people have to pass with an 80% or higher. Therefore, they have a competency level. They know that you don't wax the baseboards or put finish on the baseboards, because that's not a best practice. People who do that are ruining the client's facility. And yet people say, oh, but it makes it look so much nicer because they're shiny. Not everything's supposed to shine.
Yeah.
By asking and understanding, you can tell if a person really does have the right skills to come work for you, because you'll have to break all the old habits.
Well, can I ask a follow-up question on that?
Absolutely.
For those owners who are in need of employees, they've expanded beyond the point that them and maybe 1 or 2 other team members, we can't get the job done. In order for us to grow, we need to bring more folks on. They don't have experience doing that job, or they don't have experience interviewing for that job. What should they do?
They should look for somebody, a consultant maybe in the marketplace, that can come out and help them, get them the training that they need, you know, somebody like myself, I'll travel to different locations throughout the United States to help, you know, get divisions set up like that. I have for several companies over the years, and take that time to really train and develop individuals. One of my favorite clients I worked with was down in North Carolina, and worked with her entire team and helped to get them all up and going, and even how to properly run the conventional floor machines, which 3 out of the 5 people had never even touched prior to that training.
I think I've actually seen pics on that.
Oh, we had a blast.
Yeah, you look good, bud. All right, Joel, thank you. Another great topic, and a really poignant one for those in environmental services and small business owners. Thank you.
You're welcome.